And welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is a continuation of my previous BobBlast called Just Talking. You remember I was doing this award-winning painting of just two things, two neighbors, two people just talking. That was the name of it, which gave me the idea of doing more of those kind of amorphic shapes, and it's called Brothers or Five Boys. I have 4 brothers in my family, and so I decided, wow, what a great idea, and I started moving on, doing a whole series of totally black and white, just shapes, amorphic shapes, and I love them, shapes and organic things floating in space. So I left you off on the last one with it halfway done. Let me show you how I finished it all up now that it has dried. So here's the piece that I finished the last time. Now we're going to continue on now that it has completely dried, right? So this is the tissue paper really buried into this paint. I'm going to start doing some drawing only because I love to draw. The name of this painting is 5 Boys on the Farm. Yep, Pennsylvania farm. We spent so many years there. When we get together, we talk about the farm, still talk about the farm. So I'm going to do this with a low horizon line because we're floating in space. And you know we're floating in space because there's no shadow underneath us here. And so I love to draw some distance line. These are jumbo, like woodies. They're water soluble. And I like to draw in, so I'm just going to keep on going. You never know what's going to happen. This is abstract, so this is where I get a chance to play and experiment. Bringing in now a purple, just to break it up so it's not all black. Let's see what happens here. And just because I love a little bit of red, there's a little bit of excitement to that. And some blue. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm going to add some water to all of this. Wet brush. Oh yeah. Just gonna let it bleed in. Well, this is the stuff you can't predict. And that's why I love to paint and draw like this. If you have to be sure of the end result, don't be a painter. These things in brain surgery, they kind of have a predictable end result, right? Oh, I love the experimentation of this, and that's really what I'm doing. I'm giving myself permission. Whoa, this one's gonna be whoa, that's gonna be nice. Whoa, one color, I like that. Let's see what she looks like when she's wet. Oh man, it's gonna dry with the same intensity as when it was wet. That's what I like about this. Very, pretty subtle. I like this, and I'm gonna come back in with some white, titanium white. Brighten some of this stuff up. So getting a little muddy. Just a little bit muddy. So, pure titanium. Keep it visually exciting. Lots of shapes. Look how abstract the distance farm. Yeah. Not really a landscape painting, but you get the whole idea that they're floating in space. No shadows. I'm going to put it really white down in here. A lot of contrast. That's what I like about this. So we're working with soft edges and hard edges. Of course, the hard edges come into focus. The soft edges disappear. So that way you get a nice depth. I'm not drawing too much attention to the landscape, but we just know it's there. Because this is the most important part of the whole piece. So there you have it. This is the time I actually stop. It's hard to, huh? But I'm just enjoying this so much. So this is the time to stop, and I don't judge it or look at it while it's still on the table. This is when I put it up on the wall or wait till it dries and put it up on the wall and decide maybe the next day how the impact is for me. So again, this is a continuation of the series I like. It's called Brothers or 5 Boys on the Farm. Anyways, this is what they say you paint things better when they're closer to your heart. And certainly, right now, it's amazing to have my brothers still around, and so we do talk every month, which is kind of nice. And that's the inspiration for this. So we will let it dry again, and when no one's looking, I'm sure I'm going to put some varnish on the whole thing, and I'm going to show you what it looks like with a white mat around it. 1 second. So while it's still wet, I can't really hang it on the wall, so I put a large piece of white paper to look like a mat. And also, it gets rid of all the other clutter that's on the table. Now I can judge it a little bit more, what it needs, what it doesn't need, what to put in, what to take out. It's always a thing, huh? So I do like where it was going in. I love a little bit of subtle color on this. So it's going to dry. I'll varnish it. And I just can't wait to continue on and do a whole series because it's something I absolutely love. Remember, paint what you love. Paint what you love. Not what you think is going to sell. Paint what you love. It'll be the best stuff you've ever done. Thanks again for watching on this #2 version of painting the version of my brothers. Take care and pass it on and help other people to paint too. You're good enough. I'll see you on the next BobBlast.